Hi everyone, Kirk here with Kirk's Motorrad Shop in Crystal Lake, Illinois, bringing you a video about 10 different oil filters that you can find right now either on Amazon or at your local retailer. Now these oil filters are, almost all of them will fit the K1200, the earlier ones like the K1200 LT, except for this particular one right here. I was not able to buy a Mobile One filter at the time that I did this purchasing. The Mobile One is a different part number, but I'm still going to show you what this filter is made of, just so you get a general idea as to what it looks like inside. Now you may have seen videos like this in the past. You probably have. A lot of you guys out there like to watch a lot of videos like I do, and you may have seen videos that are similar, although you may not have seen these particular filters, especially the ones that fit on a BMW motorcycle. So what we have here is the K&N 163. That one retails for around $15. I'm just going to do rough estimates as to how much they cost. This one you can find for around 15 bucks. This Purolator here, the ML16825, that one is about $11. The Napa Gold 1348 is around $13 at Napa. This is the SuperTech, or the Walmart brand, MP3614. That one comes in at a whopping $3. That's really an outstanding value if it's a good filter. The Fram. Now Fram gets a lot of bad heat, especially their orange filters. This one is called their Extra Guard motorcycle filter, the PH6063. That one is around $13. The Mobile One, if you found it in the correct one, which is I think the 103 for the LT, that's $11. This one here, this Bosch, which is this work service, that's what it's for, or workshop, 72161 workshop. Those usually can be found at a pretty decent bargain. Those are around $7 if you can find them. Right now I think they're pretty much out for the normal retailers. The other one that is the identical filter to this, it's just painted differently, is the Bosch 3330. We have an Amsoil filter, the EAOM 134. That one clocks in at $20. Very expensive. They're very proud of these filters. You have another workshop brand in a way. It's certainly a motorcycle brand, Hiflo, the HF163. That one's around $11 or $12, depending on where you buy it. And then we have this Malle brand. Now the Malle brand, in my experience, is pretty much dead on the exact same as the BMW filter, as well as the MAN filter. They are, I think they come right out of the same plant. They may even be made by Bosch, but we're going to find out when we get into these and see. You know, there's probably not a tremendous amount of factories around that make filters. So I'm going to go ahead and open all these up and show you what they look like inside. Then I'm going to take my handy tool here and cut them all open. If you do enjoy this video and you would like to help support the work that I do here, then by all means please check the links right down below for ways in which you can do so. You can buy your oil filters right off of the Amazon page that I have set up. That's going to help me out a little bit right there. Or if you want to become a patron, that is certainly most appreciated and very welcome. So let's get to opening these all up, and I will talk about them once I get them all out of the box. As you can see, I've got all the filters opened up, and I've kind of grouped them together by where they were made. So these right here, the K&N and the Hiflo, these are both made in Thailand. These right here, the Bosch and the Malle, these are in Europe or Germany. This one here is made in, I believe, Korea. Yes, this one's made in Korea. The Fram is made in Canada. And then the four down here at the end, the SuperTech, the Amsoil, the Napa, and the Mobile 1 are all made in the US. But regardless of where they were made, I think the most important part is to find out what's inside of them. Now you can see the inlet holes on a lot of these are a little different. Now this one's bigger, but that one's got 8 holes. This one here is very different. This is the Walmart filter. Just some observations. I see that this plate here is very small here. It's really super thin, and then the oil would have to take a turn to go inside where the inlets are to go down to the filter media. Now you can see every one of these is just quite a bit different. This is the Napa Gold. You can see the anti-drain back valve in this one, as well as this one. This one has an anti-drain back. Now in the LT model, or any model where the filter is in this orientation, you don't need an anti-drain back valve. It's just not necessary. The filter is going to be full all the time, so you don't have to worry about that. The Fram has 8 small holes, smaller purelator. This one has what, 7 holes, kind of small. It's got an anti-drain back, and the Malle filter has 6. The high flow filter has 6 as well, and the K&N also has 6. Well, let's get these off. I'm gonna cut all these open and show you the insides of them using this tool. If you guys want a tool like this for your shop, I would really highly recommend it. You do grab one. You can find them on my Amazon page. I've had this thing for years and have cut open many filters with it, and it just never fails. It's the same thing as like it's like a big pipe cutter, really. So you just lock it on there, and then you start turning it. Now I'm going to have to put this in a vise because, well, I'm not strong enough to do that, but you just keep rolling it around, and eventually it will just go ahead and cut a line right in here and pop the top right off of this. It's just absolutely wonderful to use. Okay, I've got all of the filters open now. We're going to start off right now with the K&N filter. Got a decent plate. No drain back valve. Here's the filter element. Now there's a little bit of a little discrepancy here. Look at it. It looks like they lead you to believe that this is like all, you know, a red filter, kind of like their air filters. And it is not, but it does have a tremendous amount of pleats on this thing. I have no idea how many, but you can see the density of the pleats here. It actually feels like cellulose media. I don't know if it is. It certainly looks like it. It has that yellow color like a cellulose, and if it is, that's fine. Cellulose works fantastic, and I would have no issue with that at all. I do like how many pleats are on this filter. It really seems to be well made. Of course, it has a spring inside. All of these will have some form of a spring to keep the filter up against, you know, the plate here and the seal that's right here. This one has like an O-ring right here. Next, we'll have a look at the Hiflo Filtro, the HF163. Again, we got that same kind of ring here is on the K&N filter, and the filter element itself, I would say that is just about identical to that K&N. Look at that. Well, that is a surprise to me. I think that it is safe to say that the Hiflo Filtro, the HF163, is identical to the more expensive K&N filter. Same spring, same everything, just has a different case. Cool. All right, next we'll take a look at the Malle filter. This one does not have any kind of a rubber gasket or seal there. And there's the filter media. Interesting that it has a paper band around the filter media. A lot of pleats though. Definitely a lot of pleats. Very well, looks like to be very well made filter, a good option as well. Has there's a black plastic stopper inside here, and that's probably for crush. There's probably, you know, for in case the filter gets too full, it may want to crush in on itself. These other ones do have that same kind of construction. You can see inside there's a metal ring around it that will prevent the crush. So there's the Malle filter. Next we'll have a look at the Bosch filter. This one has an anti-drain back valve. That's what this piece of rubber right here is. And let's have a look at the filter element. Pretty short pleats, really. They're not, you know, at least you get to see what they're made of here. Obviously I can't do exhaustive testing here in my shop, especially when I always have bikes coming in. There's the purulator. A lot of decent pleats on there. They go down pretty deep. Very simple, very straightforward filter. This is the purulator, again, the motorsports or the power sports version. Not a bad looking little filter though. Alright, the Fram filter's up next. You can see this is the extra guard. We have an anti-drain back valve. Looks like it's made out of NBR, or yeah, like an NBR rubber there. Have a look at the filter. That's the important part. Well, that looks almost identical to that one, doesn't it? I don't know what to think. That purulator filter and that Fram filter are pretty much identical. They kind of look the same on the outside too. All right, now we'll get into the US made ones. We're going to start off right here with the Amsoil. This has a silicone rubber anti-drain back, and then we have the filter element itself. Now this is absolutely premium. This is a synthetic. This is all synthetic material, so it is really going to absorb any kind of dirt. You can see a little bit of slop work here on the glue that's holding on the holding the two pieces together, but overall not bad at all. And these filters are just top notch. These are excellent filters. If you want to spend the extra money on them, definitely go with a full synthetic filter. Next up is going to be the Super Tech. This is the Walmart branded filter. See all those little tiny holes in there. Look at all those little things. Here's the filter element, cellulose type. It's got this is the spring that holds it against the top. Anti-drain back valve, and it has plastic inside for the anti-crush part. Overall, not terrible. I think if you're using this filter for 6,000 miles in your bike, I think it'll be just fine. I don't see any of them that are just like, oh god, I would never use that. Okay, this is the Napa Gold anti-drain back valve. Looks like it's made out of silicone. Part of the valving system here. Quite interesting. Should have, to me, it would seem like it would have more limited flow. These are very small holes on here. But the important part, what's the filter made out of? Well, there it is. It is, once again, cellulose. I believe these are made by Wix or Hastings. If any of you guys know this information and want to correct me, by all means do so in the comments. I am not a professional when it comes to filters, that's for sure. Last one is the Mobile One filter. and again we're looking at cellulose. So really, for the this Amsoil filter being the only one that has synthetic media, in my opinion, that one would be the top of the tops right there. If you want to pay the extra money for this filter, this would be a great one to have on your bike. It's certainly going to get everything right down to the smallest of microns. But these other filters are very, very good as well. So my top choice out of all these, I would have to say that I probably would go with this one, this Hiflo. It is the same as the K&N, as we saw. The K&N and that Hiflo are just identical filters, maybe just a little bit different color, but for the money, this is probably the best value. But any of these filters in here are going to work just fine in your bike. I definitely prefer on an LT, I prefer to have a filter that does not have the drain back valve. It's just another thing that for it to you know, maybe necessarily go wrong. It's not going to go wrong, but you just don't need it. You don't have to pay for that extra bit of tech. You guys tell me what your favorite of these filters is, and give me your opinions. I'd like to hear what you guys have to say about them. I'm sure I could have done a little bit better at this video. I certainly have enough filters here. I got 10 filters. You know, I'm not going to go through and cut all these apart to find out how long they are. That's just too much work, and to be honest, that's not going to happen. If you guys have any questions about these filters, though, by all means, go ahead and get a hold of me through the comments, or if you'd like to schedule your bike for service, hit me up at kirksmotorrad.com. And that's all I got, guys. I'm going to keep these filter elements around so I can show customers when they come in. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.